Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in. Ah.
Rain outlines your...
Be still. Mind the deluge.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Cascade. escape!
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra Abbot. Stefana! Let the madness begin! Eat this! Let me weave you a verse. Shadow Raven, let night fall! I summon thee! Cue the spotlight! Out of the frying pan, into the fire! You're toast!
I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was.
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Dinnerzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go as far as saying I have never been happier in my entire life. I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
Yeah!
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm accompanying.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father of your resignation.
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady. Old habits die hard.
Resignation? You mean you're quitting?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. When I took this job, I'd already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be a bodyguard anymore?
I want to take a risk.
Huh? But
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan, I guess life is short. And I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing...
Well,
You mean I'll hate them?
we just came from...
Did he tell you that...
What?
I heard that Azal...
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Ugh, I'll hate them probably...
But you know, because you're so...
In fact,
even if being
a lion has to...
I don't...
I'm glad to hear you. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll... Once the whole dendro... But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me.
Huh?
Well, no.
So, have you...
Oh, did...
She heard that you were...
Huh. It was... My lady has been...
Right, and
So what it really...
I bet the letters...
No wonder there was...
Sorry.
it must be something important.
Yes! She...
Great!
Count me in too. But is there some sort of...
Since it's being
All right, then...
The feast will be held in...
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Oh!
The General Maham...
Oh.
But as for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember... Don't mention it.
All right, I'm...
Will Miss Sataria bring me some new picture books? Will Miss Sataria bring me some new picture books?
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea.
It's been a while since we last visited up... Ah, there's Sino!
What brings you?
We recovered well.
It seems
Mm-hmm.
That's good to hear.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
but
I'm meeting some people.
Oh,
I've already talked, but you know one of the people.
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert.
Roman!
Oh,
Don't worry,
I see.
I'm doing well. Many good things have happened recently.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine after suddenly finding a new direction.
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Alright, well, I suppose I should start by saying I've decided to leave the academia.
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, you could say I've found a new identity. I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar, but I have not completely given up on my relationship to knowledge either.
I can see what you're saying now.
What do you mean?
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach here in the desert.
Wow, so you want to become a teacher?
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the desert. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collaboration with me and hoped that I could bring her ideas to the Eremites.
Yes, it's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude for teaching. I'll teach them, and after they've finished learning from me, they can go educate more people. That is the truth.
The people of King Stars have always guided.
Oh, please. Where's all of this?
You deserve.
Sataria's idea will bring much good.
At first, as you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart. As if there were lightning. Sataria, Sataria. These words, I gathered up the...
Azar has received much needed punishment. Though, if you ask me,
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the academia for the desert, and accompanied me here to discuss collab. My plan was able to go
You're all doing
Aside from that,
Lesser Lord Kusanali, I applied for a few badges.
that's exactly.
Apart from this, we must be persistent about this, and maintain these resources to ensure long-term effectiveness.
This is the first time. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest, because I hope people would.
Enough about us.
No, not at all. Neva wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters should be sent, so she asked us to. A celebration at the feast will also, although
Celebration? Feast? It's the first that.
Tanari was right. He really did it.
It's rare to see.
No, not really.
Well, I still.
I'm afraid I won't. The messenger. I'm sorry for you and the art. Please keep down.
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as a...
Got it.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
Relax yourself, everyone.
Today's the big day! Let's Everybody's already here! Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
You're here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work. I'm very happy to see you here.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that everyone else arrived ahead of time.
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's speeches.
Nah, there won't be any speeches today.
Oh, really? Well, even better.
Come join us over here. Let's share some great food and drinks, and chat about all sorts of fun things.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow! Paimon can't wait! Traveler, just look at all the delicious food here! Whoa! It's so delicious! Oh, this grilled meat tastes amazing! The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. And we have gifts that were sent by the residents of Sumeru City when they heard we were holding a feast. Everyone that came said that you saved Sumeru, and wanted me to thank you all on their behalf.
Ah, feels kinda nice to be seen as a hero. I could get...
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. You've always been amazing, Dia.
My lady sure has a way with words. Thanks. I'm glad to hear it.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great plan.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive together. It's unbelievable.
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had a chance of succeeding?
That's how I remember it too.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Then, it took even more luck for us to formulate a plan and implement it successfully. Moreover, judging from the results...
Yeah, everyone gave it their all when it mattered most. It was almost like a performance. We took the stage and put on our best show. Everyone played their part, and thanks to everyone's efforts, the performance was a great success. So, would you say we're good actors too? It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to power at the Academia.
Yes, even after being abandoned and neglected so many times, she's finally returned. Uh-huh. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in... This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised.
No,
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Even if those those sages if you bite the hand...
Perhaps I shouldn't.
you could simply...
I respect our deed while we're on this topic.
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
Not at all. But every person handling the selection process has said that you are the most suitable candidate to lead the academia right now.
Why? But seriously,
I did have my own... If the rules of our nation...
by that, you mean your life working as the...
Precisely.
Wait, so that's...
It's reason enough.
You've certainly...
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed work as the General Mahamatra, right?
That's right.
Will you be happy with that life?
It's not about being happy. There are merely a lot of things that I must do.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy, okay? And try to smile more every day, just like I'm doing now.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Ah, there you... Well, how is it? It's the first... You see, make sure you live it up tonight. I'm honored to have her think of me this way. If I have a chance in the future, I would really like to... I can't
The atmosphere here is good. And I don't often have a lot to handle these days.
My lady,
Yes, What an amazing...
you said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello! Oh, I'm so happy.
Hey, less of that.
I seldom participate in such lively gap. No, the Grand Bazaar... That happy... Oh well.
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You'll wake up once you've put something yummy in your tummy. Of course, just wait here for Paimon. It's me.
Many times.
You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking about talking with you, and the next thing I knew, I had made a connection with you. The connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events, so I really haven't had any free time. Although you've already helped me with a lot, there's still one more thing I hope you can help me with. Please say thank you to everyone for me. Oh, is it not convenient for you to do that for me? But if I just show up all of a sudden, people will become all quiet and stiff, won't they? What if I end up scaring them and ruining this wonderful feast? Okay. Yes, I have. You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So... I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the food. It's me. Huh?
Hold up, what's going on?
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar. Interesting.
Is
Is this also a part of the feast?
No, of course not. Are you... Lesser Lord Kusanali? Hello, Nilu. You know who I am? Yes. I already know every one of you. Nilu, Alhaitham, Sino, Dia, Paimon, and
I'm
Dino.
dehydrated. Good.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I could thank all of you. Thank you so... Without you, without any of you, had you not helped me to resolve the people referred
Don't care about all that.
please,
Skipping this.
fingers on.
You don't need to be.
This is how the...
You're an Archon, but you act...
I thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That just
Oh, let me
means
fight
you
this
still
crazy
have a lot
Paimon.
to learn from Master Paimon, the Sage of Gluttony. All right, since you're awake now, she should be in the... Hello, traveler. What a fantastic... So are we. Is there anything you want to... Are you sure? Huh? While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to Yeah! This is true. However, there must be something different. What? There's only one... But nothing about this makes any sense! According to after the con... But justice is... What do you mean, Fuzzy? All I know for... And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what else they're capable of. But even that wouldn't... Something else I noticed was that What's a descender? Look, I'm a very traveler. You. Huh? That's right. As for the other... And yet, there are many questions in my heart as well. And soon, I'm very if fate is the ultimate knowledge... I'm sure glad... The pleasure is all... Alright, that's... You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. I'm a... you who come traveling to develop. And as for your brother,
Conquering demons is what I do. Want me to come along?
Capicha. Alright, so let's say cheese, little bro. Um.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be a...
Well, if it's...
Yeah, well, I want to write my...
Yes, you came...
did one of them just mention Tataris? Is it just Paimon or is it kind of unusual for someone? Great, let's go find out.
Whole lot of yapping. Whole lot of yapping.
All right, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your... if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
Oh, you're...
Hey, what's with that face?
No, this is my first time...
So what, for the, traveler,
Actually,
I see. My teacher
If you don't mind.
hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive or a...
Well, fair point.
Let me give you... But in the end, apart from the...
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching...
so first,
Yes, my...
stop, Chef.
This part's important. It just so happens that even back then...
Wait, so there are...
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
No,
the
sir.
swordsmiths? Yeah,
Wow, yes. You really know your... Something then seemed...
kinda hard.
Sawada, you left out the biggest...
Oh, yes!
Get to the point.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher...
Puppet?
Aha!
No.
I agree.
Oh, and please read... Sawada, oh!
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up?
Akaba... Besides, if the...
Good point. Okay, back to the...
We have some other stuff to do.
All right, thank you.
So it's really talking too much.
Hey, so that thing they were... Okay, then, even after all, if you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many... happened? He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see. Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Suristana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting...
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you, considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time. The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be. Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility,
Will we just be so
I need to
gaslighted,
have
I
a
bet.
backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you serious about this? Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit. Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that? Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. He was granted the amount of info, so I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly. Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him! I understand. But sometimes... everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's if this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it. It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it. Paimon's still worried about this idea. I was going to contact you about that. In fact, even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great, thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul. Wow! It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know,
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety. Fine. Let's call it truce. But only if...
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord...
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy, it's unbearable.
We can start now.
Soul access granted. Initiating connection procedure. Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is the inside of Soul. Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Soul is closely intertwined with the entire... Pick your jaws up.
Why is it that
Lesser Lord Kusa...
Can you still send...
Yes.
Permission granted.
Let's go.
Hey, so... what are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Soul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder you mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge tree!
Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Good, you made...
Ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint. The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells... The rest is up to you.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do. Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join. Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads? That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing... Paimon's never tried this before. So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say. As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers. Well done. Smart and attentive as always. So, you made contact contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Paladin into the person he is today. Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else. Everyone has a history, Speaking of puppets, if you mean the Really? Oh? How interesting. So the Genshin... Well...
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved. Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So...
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait! How did you know about that?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh?
This light. It looks similar to those...
Anonymous data.
Hey! Don't you forget the agreement! You have...
Shh!
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara soon.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality. Under your, as I understand, the forging industry skills.
Yes, well, you allowed even now.
You flat.
So you say, Ash.
My goods.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. What have we gained from adopting your... And recently, none of the people who went... But that doesn't faze...
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so...
Mikoshi Nagamata.
After all...
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way...
Why, Mr...
Enough! I'm here because I'm in charge here.
Judging from the look in your...
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatarasuna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for.
There's a murder
I
and
thought
grocery
I
grab.
disguised myself exceptionally well. At least for the first few days. It's a long journey. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There...
Whoever you're working for...
It's no trouble at all. Patient, if you must know.
The Fatui?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when my device... It is easier. Make no mistake.
He has no...
What a beautiful way to see the world. Think of me as a monster. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will you... Mr. Niwa? Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What I'd like to...
Dottore. Dottore! Good. Good.
Was that
Rogoninsu.
the doctor? But why did we see the... When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory you know very well. Let's give him some... We need to give him some time to process his emotions. I'm still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up? Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabukimono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwit after the events, the load was far the mechanic, and the mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing. He thought Niwa had... Holy... Yes.
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Teyvat. Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie. Did you get all that?
Yes.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was a
very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Huh? What have
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past? Done.
Huh? What happened?
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me. So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow. Oh no, he's really gone.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated?
Where the heck did he go?
Don't be. We're running out of time.
We're out. And we're at, an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you. I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nahida, will you be okay?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake... He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible! Right! It's like... Imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Ooh, Paimon's so... Huh? Ah! Sorry, but erasing yourself from history? actually succeed, right? There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to. So, how about? All right, Paimon will start, and Dre and also. Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon, Is that a food too?
Oh, nah, my boy. But already rewrote history.
Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon? So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something. Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
We'll stream some tomorrow. The man's tired, yeah?